this is the start of our Japan trip. So I flew in, I got there around nighttime. And actually Numi and Sho were supposed to arrive in Japan around the same time so that we could Uber to or taxi to Giri's place together. But then their flight got delayed by like a little bit. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I could just wait for you guys. And then it got delayed again. So I just left. And when I arrived, I just left and went to Giri's early so I can shower and pack a little bit for Hokkaido trip. And then they arrived really late. But then I was talking to Michi and Giri. And they mentioned that Hokkaido would be like really freaking cold. And I did bring a couple jackets, but I didn't realize that you need waterproof jackets and waterproof gloves and waterproof pants. So we had to go around like really late time before the mall closed so that we could get me a couple stuff. And tell me why that shit is expensive as fuck. I think I spent like maybe $300 on like all of the equipment that I had to buy. But then once I bought it, I came back to Giri's place, and then Sho and Numi, I was talking to them about it, and then Numi was like, well, you could just rent stuff in Hokkaido. Like, I don't know why you didn't just do that. So I just spent like $300 when I could have rented all of the gear in Hokkaido. So that was fun. And I was stressing because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything. What if I don't get all of my equipment before we go? So that was a waste of money. Yeah, we got scammed like 4 times in Japan. And then the next day we had like maybe like 7 hours of travel time. It was like really long. It was like a really long travel time because we had to take a flight to Sapporo, I think. And then we had to drive all the way to the mountain where we're going to ski, where we're staying at. So it was a really long, I was just like sleeping the whole time, and it was kind of a cozy car ride because we got to like talk with each other and like catch up with everyone. So it was really nice. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Definitely better than traveling alone for sure. And then I didn't realize, but Numi ended up getting us the penthouse. We got a freaking penthouse where we were staying. I should have done a whole walkthrough, but pretty much there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there was like 6 rooms. There was like 6 rooms, and there was like one with a bunk bed. No one stayed in the one with the bunk bed, I think. But yeah, there was like 6 rooms, and like there was like a bunch of like beds, and it was like so cozy, and it was so nice because you could see outside. I blocked this out because I think there was a couple reflections. But you can see outside. It looks so pretty. This was the next day. It was kind of early in the morning because I was jet lagged. And I woke up a little bit early. Here's another picture from the balcony. I think if I ever do go snowboarding or skiing again, I would definitely do snowboarding, and I'll try to go up a little higher because Numi said the best part about doing snowboarding is being able to see the view from high on the mountain, and you're like going down, and it's like a beautiful view downwards. Do you know if it was Michi's first snow? I think it was Michi's first time. Me and Michi were definitely out of our element. We were so cold. We were so freaking cold. Michi said she misses you so much already. Me and Michi bonded so much during that trip. We were bonding so much. I love Michi. I miss her so much. I'll never see her until like a year later. I'll never see her until a year later. And then we had a hot pot after. I think this was the day that we went skiing. So after we were done skiing, Giri and the others went to go to the supermarket nearby, and they got like a bunch of hot pot stuff. Because when we first arrived, we had like small little stops to go to, and we saw that they had king crab. I think this was the king crab, and we were thinking about getting it, but then we didn't know if we would be able to cook at the hotel or at the suite or whatever the heck. But then we got there, and there was like teppanyaki stuff, and then there was like hot pot stuff, and there was so many different things that we could use, and Giri was getting excited to cook and all that. So we got hot pot, and then we went back to the supermarket to get food, and we didn't really finish everything, honestly. I think there was like half the meat left, and then there was like half of the crabs left as well. Hi, Num. Wait, Yuzu, my favorite pic of us was this night. Was it the one where we were huddled up like the Last Supper watching the gay scene for heated rivalries? Was it that one? Wait, which one was it? And me and Numi, we were in the bed cuddling in her room and we were watching heated rivalries, and then the earthquake happened and I was holding her and I was going up and down, up and down, up and down. Oh my god, I love this picture. It's a pic. It's so, you know, these two chairs on the top, or just think of like these two chairs put together, like any two chairs put together, and I'm laying on it watching TikToks, and Numi comes up behind me and she lays on top of me and we're just like watching TikToks together. And there was this cute funny cat video that showed up, and there was a bunch of like memes in the comments that we were cracking up looking at. And then I think GirlDM took a picture of us while we were laying on each other. It was so cute. It's my favorite picture. I actually have it as my phone phone wallpaper. That's my favorite picture too. Yeah, we were brain rotting together. Wow, this is a long earthquake. Yuzu, I don't think there was ever an earthquake. I don't think there was ever an earthquake, Yuzu. This was us. We're just watching TikToks. Wait, actually, I have to send you something. Wait, or I have to show you something. This is what we were cracking up at. There was like this really funny SpongeBob meme with a bunch of cats next to them, and we were dying. We were dying while looking at the stupid SpongeBob memes. We kept mimicking the SpongeBob meme. It was this one. we kept doing that the whole trip. We kept looking at each other. We kept doing that. I don't know why this was so funny to us. Who was SpongeBob? I feel like honestly, who is SpongeBob? Who's SpongeBob? Who's Patrick? Us trying to figure out why they denied us from the restaurant even though they had space for us. There was so much space, and there was actually so many time slots if you go on the website to see at the restaurant that me and Numi were trying to eat at. It was just me and her. We were trying to eat at this restaurant. There's so many time slots, so much space that you could see, and like because we didn't have a reservation, quote unquote, they didn't let us in. So we spent like another hour or two trying to find like a spot to eat at. I'm pretty sure they were just like not down to deal with foreigners, because like a lot of places in Japan still do the if you're not local, then they won't serve you, or if you can't read the menu, then they won't serve you. And then there was this cute Christmas light street in, I think, Shibuya. It was near Harajuku, I think. Near Harajuku or Shibuya, I forget, but there was this cute Christmas light street and it was so cool. I love stuff like this because it makes me appreciate the little things in life. It was so pretty, and I just walked through the street just enjoying the scenery. And then we went to a Square Enix store. I think this is Alpha, and then this was I think this is like a Dragon Quest slime or something like that. And this is actually where Numi was GirlDM's Secret Santa, and Numi was so obvious walking around following GirlDM's like, oh, so desu ka, so this is what you like, oh naruhodo, oh so that, oh. She was just and I had to follow them around to make sure that she's like not outing herself as her Secret Santa, so that because like GirlDM knows that I'm a huge Square Enix fan, so I had to like stay with them to like make sure she's not clocking Numi that she's the Secret Santa. And I was kind of like telling Numi, oh, she likes this, get this, and I had to distract GirlDM after she was at the checkout. I had to like pull her to another store. I'm like, oh my god, GirlDM, look at this, this is so cool, what is that? So I was like trying to distract GirlDM the whole time while Numi was like on a secret mission trying to get her presents. Numi is notoriously chill around women. It's true. Actually, the whole time that we were in Japan, the first hot chocolate that we got was in Hokkaido. So that was like maybe the second day that we were on our vacation. And we thought that the hot chocolate would be so good in Hokkaido because, you know, it's like it's like cold and hot chocolate's perfect for Christmas and cold weather. And we were like, oh my god, let's get a hot chocolate. It's gonna be so good. And we were like walking around the little village, the little town, just vibing. It was me, Numi, and Shoto, and we were like, you know, play fighting in the snow too. It was like such a vibe, so wholesome. And towards the end of it, we were walking back to our hotel, and we were like, you know what? You know what hit the spot right now? A hot chocolate. And so we go into the small shop, and we're like talking about the most like the grossest things while we're waiting for hot chocolate. And these like they were very obviously like English speaking, because like there was like a couple like Australian workers, because like the whole town is like a lot of Australians for some reason. And we were like talking about the grossest things while waiting for our hot chocolate. And so like while we were waiting, the workers kept like one by one coming next to us and like just like shuffling around items on the shelf and making it look like they're doing something, but actually they were listening in to our conversations. They were listening into our conversations the whole time. And then we finally got our hot chocolate. They called us, and then we were like looking at the lady, and we didn't know that they called us at first. So we just like, all three of us were like, oh, hi. And they were just like, hot chocolate. Oh. So we walk up and we got our hot chocolate and we tasted it. And that was the worst tasting hot chocolate of my life. That was actually the concept. It was the start of the concept of hot chocolate. It was pre-alpha hot chocolate. It did not taste like a hot chocolate. It was just like milk. It just tasted like milk. We got scammed again, chat. This was just the trip of scam. This was the scam trip. They wafted. You know that one video where the girl's eating like broccoli and she's sniffing the chocolate? It was like that almost. It was like the concept of a hot chocolate. And so the whole time during our trip, me, Sho, and Numi were looking for a place to redeem our hot chocolate from Hokkaido, and it never was redeemed. Me and Sho, this hot chocolate was like maybe open beta hot chocolate. It was not a hot chocolate. It was still kind of like open beta, early access hot chocolate, semi-concept. We were like the testers, the beaters. Needs a couple of bug fixes. Whispers of a hot chocolate. The dev kit hot chocolate. Deconstructed artisan hot chocolate. For sure. But yeah, that was a vibe. That was an interesting side quest that we took after Hokkaido. Tried to find the best hot chocolate, but we just could not. It was actually a failed side quest. We had to abandon it, unfortunately. Maybe next Japan trip I can redeem the hot chocolate journey. And then on one of the days we actually planned to go to Meiji Jingu. I think this is the shrine next to Harajuku. It's like a foresty, really big shrine. But yeah, I actually went there by myself to meet up with Numi and Michi because they were already there. And then Sho was going from he was out alone, so he was going from his destination and then I was going from my destination. So like me and Sho were like alone on two different sides, and there's like probably 3 openings to go into this shrine. And I was at the opposite end, and Numi and Michi were at the other opposite end, and then Shoto was at the other opposite end. So we were all not at the same entrance. And we were like trying to find each other the whole time. And mind you, this was like 30 minutes before the shrine closed. And so we spent the whole time trying to find each other. And as soon as we got into the shrine, we were only really able to get our omikujis and our Make-A-Wish. And then we got kicked out. So that was fun. That was a vibe. And then I think I got a decent fortune, and then Numi got a shit fortune. Mine was like, as long as you work hard, then you can be successful. And then Numi's was like, actually, you need to be honest, and you need to be honest with yourself, and da da da. And it was just like kind of lecturing her or something like that. And there's like a video that I took walking into it. I think I came here in the summertime as well, but It was really humid and I did not enjoy my time. It was better this time around. And actually the noise that you can hear, the stereo noise or like the radio noise is the announcer telling everyone that the shrine is closing and you need to find the nearest exit. And here I am going further into the shrine. And then here I am, and then that's the little guard. That's the guard telling us to go back. But I went inside anyways to find my friends. And then Numi and Michi was actually... Wait, did you tell them about the "Are you sick, baby?" Wait, did you tell your chat? You haven't... Wait, should I say it? Should I say it? Okay. So on the last day, we actually planned to stay indoors the whole day, and that was when we first started watching Spartacus, and we were all laying down in the living room. It was like me, Onibro, Giri, Numi, Michi, Shoto. And we're all just watching Spartacus and we're just like all being cozy and stuff. And then Numi's like the only one coughing and I was like kind of scared that she was sick. And then the first couple coughs I was like ignoring it. But then the more it went on, I was like, oh my god, she might be sick. But like it was a reactionary thing. It wasn't really like intentional, but I was like it was so soft and like domestic. It was like a little too real. I did not know. Well, it was like, I was like, "Are you sick, baby?" And Numi was like, "No, I just have a cough." And then like after like 10 seconds pass, we both look at each other and we're like, "Wait a minute." Did you just? I mean, I didn't. Why did I say that? The Freudians. I did not know where that came from at all. It was just like such a cozy evening. It was so cozy. It was such a vibe. It was like wholesome as fuck. Numi was coughing right next to me. We're like cuddling. I'm like, "Are you sick, baby?" Why did I say that? Why did I reply to that? 10 seconds after, we both realized, like, what the fuck was that? Why was that so domestic? What are we? It just felt right. It just felt right, guys. Are you sick, baby? the way we after I said that and you responded, and then we like after a few seconds passed, we like both look at each other like, what was that? Well, and they were roommates. Yeah, she said it so. It was just like it felt natural. It wasn't like a forced or like intentional. It was just like yeah, I don't know what that was. Domestic riz, natural riz. Just two really good friends just taking care of each other, yeah. We just care about each other. We're just really good friends. Gals being pals. Couple of besties. I wish that was like being recorded. That was such a funny moment, and like no one reacted to that. Numi, did you realize, like, did you recognize like no one fucking reacted to that besides us? Like no one batted an eye, like no one said anything. Everyone just like went along with it. They all figured it was normal. They're just being gay again. It's just Yuzu and Numi type shit. Yuzu and I went through our own arc together like it was no. Oh my gosh, guys, there was it was so okay, let me start it like this. So we went on this trip. Everyone was like, yeah, let's do a secret Santa. Okay, sure. Let's do a secret Santa. So I bought my gift. I bought Michi her gift while I was still at home. I got her those 18K carat gold earrings, the purple pearl ones. I was like, okay, this is like gonna be such a great gift, and I'll get her a small gift when I go to Japan. So I'm ready for my secret Santa. I come to Japan, I go to Giri's place, I see all of these different gifts that Sho brings, and they're giant gifts too. He had them shipped to Giri's place. He's like, yeah, I just got everyone a gift. I'm like, oh, I thought we were doing secret Santas. He's like, yeah, I just thought like I could get everyone a gift. And then I talked to Numi about it. She's like, oh yeah, I was gonna get everyone a gift. I was like, what the fuck? What was the point of the Secret Santa? And then I talked to Michi, and she's like, yeah, I was gonna get everyone a gift too while I was here. I was like, what the fuck? I should have got everyone a gift before I came to Japan. Like, why is everyone getting a gift? So I had to, like, the whole trip I was like searching for gifts, and it actually turned out that 2 days of the entire trip, everyone was kind of like doing their own thing because everyone was buying each other gifts. So I was like kind of upset at Numi. I was like, Numi, I just want to spend time with everyone. Like, everyone's just like spread apart buying each other gifts when we all should have just like had our Secret Santa. No, I wasn't upset at Numi. No, I was just saying I'm upset. And I was like sad. So I was like ranting to Numi about it, and we were hanging out. It was just me and Numi while everyone was doing their own thing. And I was like upset, and this was like while we were hungry too. Like we were definitely hangry. It was definitely the hungry talking. But Numi was getting upset too. We were like both kind of mad at each other a little bit, and then we got mad at the rest of everyone. We were like, actually, I do fucking hate everyone. And then we finally sat down and we ate something, and we were like, oh my god, yeah, it was definitely we were definitely just hungry. So we were like ranting to each other about like everything, and like it was just like us being hangry. So yeah, it's because we didn't eat the whole day. We got rejected from the restaurant, and she got a Monster and a Strong Zero. She chugged that in like 10 seconds. We went to a 7-Eleven or like a Family Mart, and she got a Strong Zero and I think actually that was also the day we went to go to the Muscle Bar. We were like, fuck everyone, we're going to the Muscle Bar. That was also the day where we got scammed with the fruits. Yeah. So we got scammed with the fruits. Everyone was doing their own thing, and we were upset, and we were hangry, and we got rejected by the restaurant, and then we went to the Muscle Bar to make ourselves feel better. She was manic laughing the whole day. This was me and Numi. This was me and Numi the whole time while we were saying we hate everyone, while we were looking for a place to eat. Yeah, it was quite the day, and we were walking so much. We had pounds of fruit with us. It was heavy as balls. We tried to find a freaking locker, and we found the tiniest locker. We had to shove everything in there. We had to squish everything in there. It was so bad. It was so bad, bro. That night was low-key one of my favorites. Honestly, I want to show some of the pictures of the Muscle Bar. That was really fun. That was really fun. And then there was this at the Muscle Bar. There was this lady. I think she comes there like almost every night, or like probably every week. But she comes there, and she gave one of the muscle guys a Dior. She had a Dior bag with her, and she gave him that, and she had like a Polaroid, and she was like taking pictures with him and making him sign everything, and she was obsessed with him. You could tell she was a regular for sure. Yeah, she was definitely a sugar mama. And it was kind of funny because like while she was doing that, the muscle guy that she was giving the Dior to and taking pictures of, he kept staring at me and Numi the entire time. He kept looking at us, and it almost looked like he was asking for help, like as if like he wanted us to like ask for him to come take pictures with us or like do stuff with us. He looked trapped. He looked like he needed to be saved. Eventually we did ask to get pictures with him, and then like she looked visibly annoyed that we like took him from her, because we actually got there a little early, so it wasn't as crowded, so there was like really not a lot of stuff going on. So that's probably why she went a little bit earlier, so that she could have him all by herself. But like me and Numi were there, we asked for him, and she got mad. Now we have ops in Japan. We got ops in Japan. Just making enemies casually. Yeah, there's a muscle girl bar too. We haven't been to a muscle girl bar yet. I would love to. You mean you didn't before with all that scamming? Listen. It was a very different. It felt different. Japan felt so different this time around, chat. I'm not even joking. Something was in the air. Something definitely was wrong in the air. Didn't you get farted on in the face? Coming back from Hokkaido, when we went on the airplane, I was sitting. It was okay. It was me and Shoto in the middle aisle, and then behind us it was Michi and Numi, and we landed back in Tokyo. And while we landed, you know how everyone gets up and they're like grabbing their suitcases and all that stuff. The guy next to me on the left, next to the window, he stands up and he's standing in the aisle, and his like ass is facing towards me, and I'm still sitting down, and I'm like talking to Numi, talking to Michi and Shoto and all that stuff. And then as soon as like we're able to like grab all of our stuff, I turn to look where the cabinet is so I can grab my suitcase, and I was gonna stand up and all that stuff. But as soon as I turn, this guy, face full of ass in my face, and he wet farts. It's like but it's like really freaking loud. It's a really loud wet fart, and I quickly physically recoil, turning away, shoving my face into Shoto's jacket. Like no one fucking saw or heard a thing apparently, and so I quickly shoved my face into Shoto's jacket. He thought I was gonna throw up on him. But I was like, oh my god, did you just not hear that? That guy just farted in my face, and it was a wet fart. And then I'm like talking about it with the girls, and then I look again at him to see like if he did it on purpose, and then he farted again, and it was just as wet, just as loud, and no one heard it. I feel like I'm going crazy. No one fucking heard the fart, and I got farted on the face twice. He double tapped. He double tapped. He fucking double tapped me. Thunder strikes twice. He ulted. He was depressurizing. He tried to kill my girl that hot ass airplane. Yeah, and the airplane didn't have air conditioning at all. It was so hot. I was layered up too because we were flying from Hokkaido, so I thought it was gonna be really cold, and there was no AC in the airplane, and it was so hot. We were getting hotboxed. Me and Numi, we had the craziest, most insane rift at Giri's house. What was it about, Numi? What we were talking about where like Giri like grabbed the frying pan and started like what were we even saying? It was because like Numi and Giri went out and they saw like Olimar, you know, the little Pikmin guy. Let me send the pic. Okay. The little Pikmin guy, and then Numi pointed out Olimar to Giri, and then Giri made the most disgusting looking face, and so like Numi was telling me about it, and like we just like went on a riff about like how Giri was gonna like kill or like beat up Olimar because he's so fucking ugly, and suddenly the frying pan like came into the picture, and she started like frying him and like throwing him up and down. I don't know what we were saying. We were like on something this entire trip. Me and Numi were constantly laughing next to each other. I wish we need to record our conversations sometimes, Numi. We need to record our conversations for sure. We oh my god, we need a podcast. That would be so fun. We need to do podcasts in person though. I feel like the podcast in person would go so hard. Yeah, IRL podcast would be peak. Are you sick, baby? Okay, this is what Giri unlocked facial expressions not known to humankind this trip. It was honestly surprising. I didn't think she had it in her. This is what Giri was making the faces at, and then me and Numi were like going on a riff tangent in Giri's house about how she was gonna go about like beating this guy up. Oh, that's not Olimar? Wait, what? Who is he? Wait, who the fuck is this then? That's Mr. Saturn. Oh, we cooked the wrong guy. Me and Numi were like sitting across each other in Giri's place, like having a meeting or something. Like we were at a conclave. Think about the different ways that we would cook Olimar as Giri. There was genuinely times where I thought I would die. I honestly feel like whenever I'm with Numi, my abs get an insane workout because of how much we're laughing. It's not even an exaggeration because my abs start hurting. My abs hurt after laughing with Numi. And it's not even like cohesive conversations either. It's not even like things that you can even make sense of. It's just like it's just us either like making noises or making like movements with our hands or bodies or like facial express. We're not even like saying things sometimes. Just straight utter nonsense. Oh, I hope you guys liked the Shoto collab. I didn't really. I was the mute one for that stream, so I didn't really talk. But I tried to be as expressive as I could be as someone who would be mute. But I tried my best. I tried to be the anchor of the group so that we could actually make a decent looking macaron. Yuzu just moaned the entire time. Well, what the fuck else was I supposed to do? If I'm the mute one, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? My freaking ears ringing after the entire stream because he's just yelling in my ear. Me and Numi fucking crying. Me and Numi crying because Michi and Shoto is yelling at each other. Oh my god, me and Numi would make the same joke over and over. We're like, the girl that's gonna be okay. Where are we going? Home. Us at the muscle bar. Us at the muscle bar after being angry at everyone. We were like, let's not tell Shoto where we are so that it's just us two because we're mad at everyone. And then Shoto's fucking messaging us on the side, and we're like, let's ignore him. It's just us versus the world. We did still message him. He did come later. We were just really hangry. Okay, anyone can relate. Everyone can relate to being hangry. It's just, it was just, we didn't eat the entire day and we just wanted to hang out. It was like the day after we came back from Hokkaido, I think, and everyone was just out doing their own thing. And then it also felt like we didn't really hang out that much in Hokkaido too, because like we also spent the skiing and the snowboarding away from each other, because like it was like the beginners on one side and then the pros on the other side, so we're like 6-7ing, you know.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate this 10 out of 10 stars, and give love to Bao.